Imagine your dog, your happy, energetic, playful best friend, suddenly becomes quiet, withdrawn, confused, staring at you like something inside him has changed forever. That's not a story. That's what thousands of dog owners experience after neutering. And nobody warned them. You're told neutering is the responsible thing to do. You're told it makes dogs calmer, healthier, better behaved. But what if I told you there's a side of this surgery that vets almost never mention? Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could completely change how you see your dog. Point 1. The identity crisis. Your dog loses a part of who he is. Dogs are not just physical creatures. They are emotional, hormonal, deeply instinctual beings. And a huge part of a male dog's identity, his confidence, his drive, his sense of self, is tied directly to testosterone. When you neuter a dog, you don't just remove a body part. You cut off the hormonal engine that drives his personality. Many owners report that after neutering, their dog seems lost. He doesn't play the same way. He doesn't greet you at the door with the same excitement. He walks differently. He holds himself differently. It's not your imagination. Testosterone shapes confidence. It shapes curiosity. It shapes the spark that makes your dog him. And once that's gone, it's gone forever. But the identity crisis is just the beginning, because what comes next? Most people never even connect the dots. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell so you never miss an update. Point 2. The anxiety surge. When calm becomes fear. Here's what no one tells you. Neutering can actually increase anxiety in dogs, especially those who are already nervous or sensitive. How? Because testosterone is a natural buffer against fear. It gives dogs a baseline of confidence that helps them face new situations, strange noises, unfamiliar people. Remove that buffer, and suddenly the world feels more threatening. Dogs that were once bold become reactive. Dogs that were manageable become fearful barkers. Dogs that loved strangers now cower in corners. There are real studies suggesting that neutered dogs show higher rates of noise phobias, separation anxiety, and fear aggression than intact dogs. Think about that. We neuter dogs to make them calmer, and for some dogs, it does the exact opposite. Your dog can't tell you he's scared. He can't explain why everything suddenly feels overwhelming. All he can do is shake, bark, hide, or shut down, and you're left wondering, what happened to my dog? And anxiety is bad enough. But point number 3, this one genuinely breaks dog owners' hearts when they realize it. Point 3, emotional withdrawal, the dog who stops connecting. One of the most heartbreaking changes owners describe is this: their dog just disconnects. Not dramatically, not all at once, but slowly, quietly. The dog that used to follow you everywhere stops seeking you out. The dog that used to curl up beside you now sleeps alone in the corner. The eyes that used to light up when you walked in the room, they're just flat. This isn't just personality change. This is emotional blunting. Hormones don't just control reproduction. They control mood, bonding, motivation, and emotional richness. When you chemically alter that system, especially in a developing dog, you can dull the emotional experience. Some dogs bounce back, some don't. And the owners who lose that connection, who feel their dog has become a stranger, they carry that grief quietly. Because who's going to believe them? Who's going to say, yes, you're right, something emotional was taken from your dog that day? This script is saying it, but it's not just about emotion, because the brain and body are connected. And point 4 reveals a physical emotional link that will genuinely shock you. Point 4, the brain change. Hormones shape how dogs think and feel. Here's the science, and it's more serious than most people realize. Sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen, actively shape brain development and function. They influence the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the prefrontal regions that control impulse and decision-making. When a dog is neutered, especially early, before the brain is fully developed, you are altering the neurological landscape of that animal. Studies from the University of California, Davis found that dogs neutered before 1 year of age showed significantly higher rates of fear, aggression, and cognitive issues compared to intact dogs. Their brains were literally developing differently, without the hormonal signals that were supposed to be there. This isn't about being anti-neutering. This is about being informed, because your dog cannot consent. You are making a permanent neurological decision on behalf of a living being who trusts you completely. That responsibility responsibility deserves more than a 10-minute vet conversation. And all of this, the anxiety, the withdrawal, the brain changes, they build into something even darker. Point 5 is the one that made me need to make this video. Point 5, depression in dogs. Yes, it's real, and neutering can trigger it. Dogs can experience depression, real, clinical depression, and one of the triggers, one that is deeply under-discussed, is the sudden hormonal collapse after neutering. Imagine waking up one day and your entire hormonal system has been shut off overnight. No gradual change, no adjustment period, just gone. That's what neutering is for your dog, especially if done in adulthood. The signs of canine depression are subtle but devastating. Loss of interest in food, sleeping far more than usual, no longer responding to toys or play, avoiding interaction, a dull, glazed look in the eyes. These signs are often dismissed as recovery from surgery, but for some dogs, they never fully recover. The depression becomes the new normal, and you love your dog. You did what you thought was right, and now you're watching him fade, and you don't know how to bring him back. That's the emotional weight thousands of owners carry in silence. We're almost at the end, but point 6, this is the one that gives you power, because this isn't just about fear, it's about what you can do. Point 6, what you can do, because love means being informed. This video is not here to make you feel guilty. If you've already neutered your dog, you made the best decision you could with the information you had. That's love. But if you haven't yet, or if you're on the fence, here's what responsible ownership looks like now. First, talk to your vet about timing. Early neutering carries far more emotional and neurological risk than waiting until full maturity. For most dogs, that's 12-18 months minimum. Second, consider alternatives like vasectomy or hormone-sparing procedures that prevent reproduction without eliminating hormones entirely. Third, watch your dog after surgery. Track his mood, his behavior, his social engagement. If you notice withdrawal, anxiety, or depression, address it early with enrichment, training, and, if needed, professional behavioral support. And most importantly, trust what you observe. You know your dog better than anyone. If something feels wrong after this surgery, it probably is. Your dog cannot advocate for himself, but you can. Neutering is not inherently evil, but it is permanent, and your dog deserves for that decision to be made with full awareness, emotional awareness, not just medical convenience. If this video changed how you see your dog, share it with someone who needs to hear it, because every dog deserves an owner who asks the hard question. Point 7, the regret no one talks about. When owners realize too late, there is a grief that lives in online dog forums, in quiet Facebook groups, in late-night searches typed with shaking hands. My dog changed after neutering. Will he ever come back? Thousands of owners sit with a regret they can never fully speak out loud, because how do you explain it? How do you tell someone, I feel like I took something from my dog that I can never give back? They did everything right. They listened to their vet. They followed the guidelines. They thought they were being responsible. And then they watched their dog, their joyful, loving, irreplaceable companion, slowly become someone else. The guilt of that is silent, heavy, and completely isolating, because the world tells you neutering is kindness. So if your dog suffered emotionally, you must be imagining it. You must be overreacting. You must be one of those owners, but you're not imagining it. And you're not alone. The regret is real. The grief is valid. And your dog felt every bit of what happened, even if he could never tell you. This is why this conversation matters. Not to create fear, but to make sure the next owner, the next dog, gets the informed choice that so many never received.